All right, the watch list for Tuesday. I'm going to start with VDSI, which you can see the volume spike here about a week ago, gapped up, just came back down into support, and today starting to ease its way back up. There's 15-minute candle, so it was off out of the gates and then just straight sideways. But it becomes interesting if we get back maybe through today's high. I'm going to watch VDSI. EJ kind of broke this flag I talked about in last night's video. Still decent volume on all these up days. Just going to watch it again for maybe it could just release one of these days. A break of today's high would be 719. Kind of an interesting spot. CVEO had this nice breakout. I guess that would have been Thursday. Let me zoom in. And then just a couple quiet days. So this is flagging nicely. The high of the breakout day, 468. The next day, 467. Today, 468. So up over 470, you could get a decent move in this one. CVEO. I like the setup. Like the volume on Thursday, and then the flag since then. That one looks good. VGGL, this one's had some nice spikes, and I try to focus all my watch lists on things that have had recent volume and passion. It's been riding the 8-day, nice spike on Friday, closed near its lows, and then today right back up. So you got a couple catalysts. A break of today's high would be 288. That could get you through Friday's high, which would be 293. Then maybe you come up and retest these recent highs. So I want to watch VGGL. GNRC, and no trades today. I had it on bounce watch. I wish it would have gone down below 39 today. I'd feel better about the bounce. Just another red day, but it's still worth watching going into tomorrow. That's GNRC. Just looking for a bounce in that one. Only take it on an intraday basis if it gives me a proper setup, though. Then some cheapies. LOOK. If you take today's candle out of it, this is just. Whoops, right there. There's one that just made this crazy move, and now it's down, I don't know, 5 or 6 days in a row, and then today you get kind of a pop on volume. If you look at 15-minute candles, it was a late day pop. Otherwise, it might have had much more volume. So I want to watch this for a continuation of this bounce. All right, looks like it had news late day. I don't have a trigger price for you. I'm just going to have it on a chart, see if we can't get some kind of setup. All right, that's LOOK. GIGA, kind of similar to that. In that, if I go to 5-minute candles here, it just had looks like late day news. Let me switch to 15s. Looks like late day news, but that's pretty big volume. I mean, the last 15-minute candle, almost 250,000 shares. So something might be up on this GIGA, and volume might really pick up on it tomorrow. So that one's got to go on watch too. VLTC, there's no significant chart setup here, other than this one can move really nicely at times. And then today when it looked like this, and I had to leave early today, but today when it looked like this, it was really coiled, and you could almost sense that if you got up to here, it was going to rip through the high of the day and do another one of those little mini short squeezes, and there's good money in those mini short squeezes, but it never did. So it's just sideways in a fairly narrow range today. So I'm not in love with this long. I just want to have it on a chart because, like I said, today, if it had gotten, and I prefer this to not happen during lunch, but if it would have looked like this in the afternoon, and then we pop up here, with an hour left in the session, I think we could have ripped through the high of the day. So who knows if we're going to get any kind of decent setup tomorrow, right? But just in case, we all know what VLTC can do. We had a great trade in this one Friday. It would be silly with this kind of recent action. It would be silly for me not to have it on a chart. Okay. GENE. Also, this one moves really well at times. A nice pop a few weeks ago, and it looks like it's starting to head up higher. It had some news in the afternoon. Let me switch to 5s here. So you can see with the volume that came in on that news, and then it pulled back, then put in a lower high. So now let me switch to 15-minute candles. Nope, let's go to 30s. You get a better view there. So I like this if it gets over this afternoon high. Okay, so over 470. Should take you through the day's high of 474, and then anything goes the way Gene can move at times. So it looks like it's got nice support here between 430 and 450. So it looks like it might be up tomorrow, and I'm going to watch those potential catalysts. That's GENE. And if I hadn't seen the intraday move, right, this intraday volume spike, then when you're looking through charts at night, there's really nothing significant. I mean, a little bit of a volume blip, but most of that happened near the close. So that one might continue tomorrow. I want to watch that one. And then also from last week, I feel like I'm missing one. There was one I really liked. Oh, I already showed it. Okay, SYMX, gapped up and pulled back, and then now, kind of washed out below $1.40. Let's switch to 30s here. And then came right back up today. So I don't have any kind of great catalyst number, but if we get back through today's high, back through Monday's high, $1.55, that's also nicely over Friday's high, and it had a nice bounce to $1.60 on Thursday. So a break of $1.54 might just finally push this through $1.60 and maybe get this thing moving nicely again. All right, it doesn't have a really big float, I don't think. I think it's worth watching. That's the list I'm going to start with. We should find plenty of plays in the morning as well, just on unusual volume or pre-market volume as far as gaps go and that sort of thing. So I'm going to leave my list at that, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.